starting recording. Right now, today we're going to learn how to learn vocabs in Java. I'm going to teach some common words that you can use in Japanese, and we're going to see like objects in our surroundings and how to say them in Japanese, and then how you use them, how like the common ways you use the word. For example, like a light bulb or a lamp. Was it the lamp in the ceiling? In Japanese, that's just a lamp, I think. The Japanese word for it is tenkyu, and then we're going to learn how to say that. Like for example, turn on the light, or turn off the light, and so on and so on. But before we do that, I'm going to talk about a couple of things that you should know if you're going to learn Japanese. Because for vocabularies, you cannot really learn from teacher or like someone teaching you vocabularies. You have to, what's that word in English? Acquire, and that's the word. Yeah, acquire the words, or like master the words. So you want it. So I'll give you a picture. Say this word. Pencil. Now, when you look at this word, the word pencil, what do you think about this word? You immediately understand, and I hope you do, you immediately understand what this word means. So now, if I write the word "enpitsu,"
I know it.
yeah, of course you know. This, let me type in the reading as well. Enpitsu means a pencil, and now you know that because I told you what it means. But now, when I delete this, I want you to understand that this means pencil without the word pencil. So, for example, when I told you the word pencil, you don't really think what this word means, but you have the picture, but you understand, but you don't have any other word for it. I mean, if you speak other languages, of course you would know. But when you hear this word, you don't think about another word, like how you say this in another language. Whereas the beginners, especially when they hear like a word in Japanese, they start to think, what does this mean in English or maybe in their native tongue? To learn vocabularies in Japanese or in any language, really, you want to get to the point where you hear a word in that language and you understand that word immediately without having to like have another word to help you understand that word, if that makes sense. I hope it does. So when you hear this word enpitsu, or when you see this word, you immediately associate this word with pencil. You just have the image in your head, like you understood it, the concept. So this is how you want to learn words in Japanese or in any other language. And to do that, to get to that point, there's two things that's important. Let me change this. Change the sorting. I think it should be like this. Yeah, it should be this. There's two methods to accomplish this. The one is AJAP and MIA. So AJAP just stands for all Japanese. I think it's all Japanese, right? All Japanese all the time.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, all Japanese all the time. And MIA just means massive immersion approach. Yeah. So the difference between these two, well, I should explain what these two mean. Basically, when you learn Japanese, you want to learn Japanese inside of Japanese, if that makes sense. For example, let's go paint. Let me show you about this. You learn Japanese with comprehensible input. Well, hold on. We'll talk about this. I'll help you understand this. But comprehensible input, for example, here. Let me just show you an illustration of how comprehensible input works. Comprehensible input just means you understand that like a language or an input, any word, without having to need to translate it or have another word to explain that word. For example, let me just do this. Well, hold on. Right, that's so bad. Okay. Alright, you can read this. This is me, and then this is kuchi. Now, let me explain it. Just listen, and you'll understand what a comprehensible input means. Just assuming that you don't know what this means. So, for example, me, hai, me, kuchi, iie, kuchi janai, me, iie, me janai, kuchi, hai, kuchi desu. Now, this is like very simple. This is like, yeah, this is just an example. See how you, assuming that you don't understand what me and kuchi means, with this picture and these two symbols, I have taught you what me and kuchi mean without having to tell you what it means in English or in another language. This is what comprehensible input is. Basically, you learn a word in that like situation without having any needing a translation or a dictionary. Another example would be, let's say there's a scene. This. Oh, hold on. Huh? How do I do this? Okay. Gosh. Why can I change that? Whatever. Let's see. Let me make this a little prettier. Let's see. Let me use font actually. Text. Let's say there's a scenario where you went to a dining restaurant, and then the waiter asks you for money. So this is money, as we know. And the waiter asks you this, or maybe no, actually no, not the waiter. Let's see, because I'm using arimasen. What example? Okay, let's see. Let's say a friend asks you if you have money or not. Kane arimasu ka? Iie, arimasen. Or kane arimasu ka? Hai, arimasu. I hope that you understand what those mean. You see, you learned the word iie and hai in the last example, so you understand that which one is a positive response and which one is the negative response. So in this case, let's say kane arimasu ka? And he says, and you respond with iie arimasen. You can gonna tell what it means. In this case, it means you don't have it. If you say kane arimasu, hai arimasu, it means you have it. It's hard to like give the context in full, but just imagine someone's like asking you, like a friend asking you something for money. In this case, like if you watch drama or anime, you can have those moments where you learn where you learn words in Japanese in Japanese. That is called comprehensible input. Now, to get comprehensible input, to get the sources for comprehensible input, we say there's two methods to do this. There is MIA and AGATT. Yeah. So MIA just means massive immersion approach, where you immerse yourself in a language. So basically, you would be inside the language, fully in language, with no So if you watch anime, there's no subtitles, no nothing. Or if you have subtitles, when you watch anime, it's in Japanese. So this is all immersion. And you do this for long hours in your day. You change your phone's UI to Japanese. So when you have, for example, let me open settings. See, the setting is written in English. You change this into Japanese. How do I change this? Let me see. Oh, I think it's on. Let me just type in language. Language settings. You can change this on your phone. The Windows display language, you can change this into Japanese by adding a language. And then everything here will be Japanese. And also you do that on your phone. Basically, you're immersing yourself as much as you can with Japanese. So everything you do is all in Japanese. But the difference between AJAT and MIA is that AJAT is more extreme, let's say. So you would be like 100% Japanese, like what the name says, all Japanese all the time. So everything is Japanese, totally, fully Japanese. I imagine you wouldn't, like I never tried AJAT, but I imagine you would not talk in English or in another language, or maybe even listen to any other language but Japanese. So you 100% in Japanese, while as MIA is more tolerable for most people. Now, MIA and AJAT, the immersion comes with many forms, but mainly immersion is for input. So input in a language there is, input in a language there is reading and listening. So you either read a lot of Japanese and listen to a lot of Japanese, or both. It's good that you do both. I recommend doing reading more than listening, but you do you. For reading, I recommend to, and again, this is to increase your vocab, right? This is to learn vocabularies in Japanese, not in a limited, like in the sense of JLPT. So you know JLPT have certain number count of words. Say in Japanese N5, I believe there's 800 words, and you can learn JLPT N5 words with that in that category. But with immersion, with comprehensible input, you can't really choose what to learn. You're going to learn a lot of words from a lot of JLPT levels. You may learn a word from N5, from N1, from N2, and for N3. It's random, since you're going to read in many sources, from many sources, and you may even learn a word that is not even on the JLPT. But you can choose your sources. You can choose to read short stories in Japanese that is only for N5 for beginners. You can find it on the internet. There's a lot of free sources there. My recommendation for like intermediates or people that wants to go to the intermediate level to jump there is this. No, mangareader.to or TO is a website where you can read manga. Yes, it is illegal piracy, but it is free. And when you open this website, I want you to just go to what manga. I recommend for beginners you read Yotsuba. Hold on. I think there is without the my bad. Yotsuba. Yes, this one, Yotsuba. You see, you come here. There is it's lagging for me. Why is it not loading? It's still loading. Give it some time. Thank you. It's lagging quite bad. No. Do you guys have any questions so far? famous Filipino dish. What's this? Like the huh? That's weird. That is weird. Oh, here. In this page, there you can see the language you can choose to Japanese and go to the very bottom. And I just like we'll try to read this together just to see how it feels like by learning Japanese with massive immersion approach. Damn, it is lagging. I think we'll wait. Let's continue to RTK. RTK stands for remembering the kanji. Now, for this, I don't really have a lot of experience. RTK is this. There's the book, remembering the kanji. I think this book is for remembering the kanji. I never used this book, but I don't know. What do you think, Ethan from Grandmaster Pam? You got this book, right? Oh no. For me though, how I learn kanji basically from from massive immersion approach. When you see kanji words that you don't know, for example, let's say an open this up. Say the word what am I going to say? Like this. This kokoro. This is read as kokoro. I'll find this on manga or maybe on novels that I read, and say I don't know this word. I know this word, and I look it up. Oh, it's kokoro, and it means this, and I look back to the source I read. Oh, that's how they use it. That's how it is used. So the cool thing about immersion or massive immersion approach, learning from this or this, if you're more extreme, the cool thing about learning from this is you learn words and you also learn how to use them, how they are used. Because in Japanese, some words grammatically it can be correct, it is weird to use in the context you're using it. It can be weird. To learn to speak natural Japanese, you need to know how it is used, how frequent it is used, when you use them. Is it appropriate to use this word in this context, in this situation, in this time, in this topic? Is it appropriate, and so and so. You cannot learn that from just by reading like a list of words, like a list of vocabs, and from the LPT. You don't know how to use them. And also there's also a lot of words that have a similar meaning. For example, maybe kaisetsu and kaito. You don't have to be able to read this, that's okay. Kaisetsu just means explanation, and kaito just means answer. They can mean, they're not really that similar, but there are words that have a more similar meaning, or even the same reading, but different kanji. And how would you know how to use different words with a similar meaning? Let's say there's 2 or 3 words that have a similar meaning. For example, this, what is it? I forgot. Yeah, hakaru. This one, hakaru as well. This, and even this, I think. Yeah, all this, the 4 of this is read as hakaru. They all mean the same thing, but used in a different way. Used differently. Meaning the same thing, but used differently. It has a slight difference in meaning. For example, let's look. Hakaru here. This is hakaru. It's to measure, to weigh, to survey time. Songe. gauge, estimate. Okay. How about this? What's the difference? Oh, my bad. Yeah, okay, how about this? See, again, you look at this. Wait, hold on, what? Huh? Oh, it's the same kanji from the last one. Oh yeah, it's here. There are other forms, but they mean different things. Let me look at my notes. I learned this from N2. Let's look. I think I have it. Let's see. But in this Hakado, I believe this is to measure weight. This Hakado is to measure I think size, like not weight but size, like as in centimeters, probably a field. And this Hakado maybe is used for like your height, maybe your size of your fit, your clothing, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember. But there are words that have similar meaning but used in a different way. And to really learn those things, you have to do immersion or comprehensible input. It's the best way in my opinion. Let's look. Let's read this a little bit. So, for example, you say this oh, this is, I think this is Yotsuba. She's saying oh in this. And you see this, let's say, this is もうすぐだよ. My bad, もうすぐだぞ. And how you learn Japanese from manga is here. For example, if you don't know what this means, if you don't know what sugu, this sugu, what does sugu mean? I don't know what that means. You look up Jisho or any dictionary of your liking, and you type it down, sugu. And what does it mean? Oh, it means immediately, right? It means immediately. Is that one? Huh? That's weird. It means immediately. And say you don't know the other words, but you're gonna kind of understand that it's talking about something with the word immediately. So sugu is immediately. And in this case, it's もうすぐだよ. It's near. It's soon. There's also other meanings here. You see, there's a lot of meanings here. Even one word can have a lot of meanings, and in different contexts, it can have a different meaning as well. In context, it's soon. So they're on the car right now, and this guy saying もうすぐだよ, もうすぐだぞ. He's basically saying it's near. We're close by. Like we're going to. Was it reach our destination? I don't know I cannot translate very well, but it means something like along the lines of we're going to reach our destination in soon. And that's this is the character, and this is all again. This doesn't mean anything. And there's also this suge. Now, words like this is from the word sugoi. Sugoi means amazing. It's written in suge. You find different ways to write or say something, but they have the same meaning, or like the original meaning. You can also learn that from reading manga, or maybe light novels. Although I recommend reading from manga because it's more fun, in my opinion. You do you, but suge, and then this is to-chan, and then ここに家がいっぱいあるな. Now, let's say you don't know this word, 家. You see, this is a kanji. This is a kanji. And you look at the reading here, it's 家. And you can learn kanji. You can learn kanji from reading manga. For me, personally, I learned all the kanji from manga. At least most kanji I learned from manga, reading manga. I look at this, and I'll look it up if I don't know the word, what it means. And it means house. And this is koko. Koko means here. It means house. Ippai means a lot. Let's say I don't know that word either. I say ippai. What does it mean? Ippai means full, a lot. Yeah. See, there's also a lot of meaning. A lot. Ippai aru na. So it's like suge is amazing. Oh, look, there's a lot of houses here. And the more you read, better you will get. When you're first starting out reading like native content, I think this is native content, right? I think this is considered native content. When you're reading that native content, at first it'll take a long time. When I first starting out, I would look at almost every single word here that I don't know. So it will take a long time to read even one chapter will take me like around half an hour. But the cool thing is, say you've read all this from chapter 1 to till the end. In the future, think about this. In the future, you can reread this manga again, and you will realize that you can read better and faster, and you go to digital less often, which is very rewarding to know or to experience. Also, a very cool thing about immersion is when you look things up like this, like ikigai, it means a lot. Again, in different contexts, it means different things. Let's say you read this manga, you learn ikigai. Oh, this ikigai means this, and then say you go to another chapter and there's another word that is used ikigai, for example. Maybe just let's say just an example. This here or this, there's the word ikigai as well. The word ikigai. I mean, there's no word ikigai here, but just an example. If there is, you'll feel that you'll remember. Oh, I just read this word. It means ikigai. Ikigai means a lot. Oh, that's what it means. And you learn, oh, ikigai means this, and you see how it is used in different contexts as well, and that helps you remember the word way better, way easier, because you learn this word in different contexts. So immersion is very good. Is I think the best way. Using comprehensible input as well, it is the best way to learn Japanese. Well, what I taught you is a little different from comprehensible input. Comprehensible input just means you learn the language. Like for example, in Japanese, in the context of Japanese, so you don't look up dictionary. But how I do it, I did it with dictionary, and a lot of dictionary. Now that's for reading manga. If you want to read novels, okay, this one is a little difficult. I don't think many people will be interested in it, but I recommend reading from, there's a lot of websites, but I don't know. This is this is a website. I'll get the link later. I'll just put it there. This is for reading light novels. I pick one. There's also popular names on this website. If you know the anime, like for example, this is an anime, very popular. I'm sure. I hope you know this. There's this manga. Sorry, my bad. This anime. The source of this anime is a light novel, and you can read it here for free because the original is written here. ReadZero is in this website, so you can read ReadZero, the native content in Japanese in the raw version in this website, which is cool. But if you don't like reading, I recommend just reading manga. That's all fine. If you want to read from this, if you like, oh, I just want to read text without pictures because I'm an adult. These are for kids. If you say that, when you go to this website, click on this. This is Sakuhin Kensaku. This is me searching. You can also Google and search. When you search here, it brings you to a different website, but from the same family. Here, I recommend you to search the genre of essays. So read essays. Essays are usually very short, and it's people write it, so it's native content. To read essays, My English is bad. You click on this. You go down, It's in katakana, I believe. Where is it? Let's search. Is there essay here? I'm not seeing essay. Oh, maybe there's somewhere. Oh, I think it's this one. Oh, not bad. Don't click on this. Click on this one. This one. This genre center. Choose the genre, and go to essays for this. Sonohoka. This. And you can also watch the recording. I'm recording this. You can also look at this again. Click on this. This is the essay, and click on Kentucky. This is to search, and we'll wait. And there should be a lot of results here. And look at this symbol. This is moji. Moji mean characters. This essay have 5 million characters. That's a lot. So I think you should also filter this to maybe, I don't know. How should I filter this? Maybe this one. This. With the very bottom. Let's see. This means just the new ones. There's also visual guys here in this website. Also you get very color anime, very colorful. You also find that anime, the shot is in the novel here. Okay, we got here. Look, here again. This is Moji here. It is 3,000. 3,000 is a bit long for beginners. I would not recommend 3,000. I would recommend more like, yes, this one, like 1,000, like 900. This is already long enough, but I think it's good enough. This is, well, that's not a good title, but you can also check on the titles. You can look what it's about, or you can just read it without knowing what it is about. Novel like this. This is 3,000. I recommend you don't go to the 3,000s. 4,000s, that's a lot. You can also check this. There's the number here, 9, and this is minutes. The minutes. So this is the prediction on how long it's going to take you to read it if you're native. But it's also good to tell you if this is a long one, or like a long essay or not. Yeah, like this one, 700. I recommend this. 2,000 now. This 300. Yes, this is good. 300. Short one. Let's take a look at this. But it's only this. What do you mean? Oh, okay, my bad. You click on that. There's chapters apparently. So you look at this nickel, and you can read it. Again, if you don't know the word, look it up on Jisho, and maybe also I recommend make a list. So you can review later, or maybe add it on Anki. So I'm not using Yomitan right now. I don't have Yomitan. Use Anki. If you're on your computer, open Google extensions. This works with text that you can block like this. For manga, you cannot block text on manga, so this doesn't work. But if you're going to learn from essays or novels like that, open Google extensions and search for Yomitan. Yomitan is a Japanese dictionary integrated or integration. Okay, with Anki integration. Yes. So you look at this. Basically, when you hover over a word in Japanese, for example this word, and you press shift, it will show you what it means. It's a pop-up dictionary, and there's also a feature where it can be automatically be sent to Anki, but I won't talk about that because that's going to take a little too long. This is Yomitan, very good. Now, yes, to learn the kanji, immersion works with kanji. Anki is very good as well. what Anki does basically. Me, it's loading. Hold on. Now Anki, for example, when you look at Anki, you study a deck, for example. This is Arabic. I'm learning a little Arabic. When you look at this word, what you do in Anki is it will show you the front. It will show you a word or anything else. You can put it. You can input. It will show you a word, and you have to ask yourself, what does this word mean, or how is it read? How do you read this word? In this case, let me see. It's hada. I think it's hada or hada. It's hada. And then I can show enter.
هذا.
And yeah, it also plays audio. In this case, hada, hada. It means this, or for male. This is Arabic. And you can click on either again or good. Now again, initially there's 4 buttons. The important ones is again or good. If you click on again, it means either you don't know the meaning or you don't know the reading. So in this case, I didn't know the meaning of this. I don't know what this means. I know how to read it, but I didn't know what it means. In that case, I press again. And you see, it goes to this red number. It means it will show you again in the next minute or less than 1 minute. Okay, let me continue. It's hazihi, I think. Let's show.
هذه.
Okay, hazihi. No, I know this, but I don't know the meaning. So I press again, and okay, let me see. I cannot read this. So now I cannot read this. I show the answer.
هؤلاء.
And it shows me how to read it, and I can also replay it.
هؤلاء.
And it means these, apparently. I don't know this. I press again, and you do that until you press on good, for example.
ذلك.
You press on good a lot of times, and then it will end the session. And then you can do it again tomorrow afterwards. Tomorrow it will show you what words did you have missed, what words that you learned yesterday, and you're going to learn again. And it's basically like reminding you every day what the word is. But Anki uses what's called SRS, which just stands for space repetition system. I think no, schedule. I cannot schedule. Yeah, schedule. Basically, what this means is when you learn a word, it will show this card again tomorrow, and if tomorrow you still remember that word, it will show you that again 3 days after, and again and again. It's exponential. Well, let me look it up. Let's see. SRS. Not that. SRS. That's repetition. Was it schedule? I think yeah. The 0 is running 1, and then next day, and then 3 days, and then 7 days, 21 days, 30 days, 45 days, and 60 days. It will repeat every 7 days, and it will repeat after another 21 days. So this is like reminding you of a word, and you can use this with Japanese. In this case, I'm using Arabic. You can also make your own deck by adding with add or create deck by yourself. But I recommend using Yomitan integration, so it automatically makes Anki for you. Now for me, however, personally, I don't really use Anki because I think it's boring. I don't really like Anki in that case. When I learn Japanese, I don't really use Anki. I tried using Anki, but it doesn't work for me. So I just read a lot. I don't use Anki like almost at all. That also works. Now, before we try this, before we continue to this, number 5, do you have a question so far? Or is it all good? No questions? Good? Oh? Okay, I guess typing. Let's wait. Nothing. Okay, cool. Cool. Thank you for your response. Oh, by the way, listening, you can find this on YouTube, a lot of audiobooks. There is the pin message for this. This is given by Karatachi. Maybe I'll copy and paste this. It's fine. For listening, you can go to this YouTube channels. But I don't do listening. I don't really immerse myself in listening. I just watch anime. I think anime is more fun than reading this. Oh, sorry, listening to that. I explain things to Nato if you cannot understand English well. Okay. What else? Okay, now for common words. Say if you're not learning from massive immersion approach, there's other ways to learn Japanese. This is the best way in my opinion. But if you're going to learn Japanese from a list of words, I think we have it here. Let's look at the learning resources. Well, where is it? This. You have it now. This is a good application. Kanji Dojo. What is it? Where is it? This one. Vocabulary development and 5. Words. Let's look at this. Now, if you're going to learn Japanese with a list, if you like learning from lists, which I think is weird, but if you like it, I'm not judging, but if you like it, I recommend if you learn a word, try using the word. If you learn a word from a list, try using a word, that word, at least use it, or make a sentence example from yourself that you can associate with common things. For example, this word, in this case vocabulary, this is eki. Eki is like a train station. Say this word, how can you imagine, just imagine yourself using this word. And that will help you learn the word or acquire the word faster. However, there are words, you cannot expect to do this with every word, every single word. For example, eki means again station, but if you don't go to if you really never went to a train station, you don't really use it for commute, it will be a little harder for you to learn, acquire this word. But it works, but a little harder. The more common the word for you, the easier it is to learn for you. For example, if you draw with a pencil, maybe draw whatever you draw, words that is associated with drawing would be easier to learn for you because the word have more value to you. It is more important to you. So I recommend, if you're going to learn from a list of words, I think I recommend you learn the words that is common or like common for you. If you're going to do this, if you say there's a word that doesn't really help you, like you don't really like the word, the word for you is not that important, just skip it. Skip it. For example, maybe aki. Aki, sure, means autumn or fall. I live in Indonesia. In Indonesia, we don't have 4 seasons, we only have 2. So for me, if say I am a complete beginner and trying to learn vocabularies, by the way, this also works for intermediates and advanced, aki, the word for aki, is not that important for me. So I will definitely forget about it more quicker than the people who, let's say, in autumn or fall, it is fall season for them. In that case, just skip it. Just learn the word that is more common to you, and then learn the uncommon words later. And you will find the common words, the use for the common words. Also, you can also do this with MIA. You can combine this with MIA or AJAT if you're more extreme. You can also combine all this basically. Now let's make an example. Let's learn a couple of common words in your surroundings. Now I need help from someone. Let's see. Once you can text this, you don't have to unmute yourself. Can you please give me a couple of common words in your surroundings right now? Like in your surroundings, just look over everywhere, anywhere, the objects that you think is cool, and give me the word. Just in English, doesn't have to be in Japanese. Anything. Maybe working? Yeah, okay, working. Other things, a lot, anything. It's also fine. Doesn't have to be nouns. Verbs looks good. Working, do you have anything else? I'm sure you have. Maybe even words that is associated with working. Maybe what, a chair? Let's say a chair. Maybe a desk. What else? What else do you have? Maybe when you're working, what do you do? Or maybe you're like listening to me right now. Listening. Wait, see, we're a class. We're having a class, Japanese class right now. Japanese. Maybe a screen. You're looking at a screen right now. Typing, yes, typing. I cannot type. Laughing, yes. Oh, you're laughing. Okay, that's good. Maybe a screen. Explaining. Everything. Well, one more. Just one more. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. Sure. That's also a word, technically. It is also a word. Yeah. So, okay. Yes, it is a word. Even XD is a word like lol. There's LOL in Japanese. Let's see. Let's use your examples. Don't use mine. It's still working. Now, I also recommend common words in our surroundings as working. We have working, typing, sure, typing, laughing, explaining. What else is this type? I don't know. Okay, sure. A good way to learn words, if you're learning from your surroundings or from the books. Maybe I have a book actually, a good book. It's very good. Let me just show you. This book is very good. Let's show you if you look at images pictures. Usual. I'll share this book later. There's also a book here that shows you the body parts, number like this. These people, someone's running or exercising. Number one is this everything. Number one, you say undo suru, for example. This is a list of words. Now, to learn from a list of words, just use this one. We're going to use these as an example. Try making sentence examples for yourself, in Japanese, of course. It doesn't have to be long sentences. It can be short sentences. Maybe you want to say, I don't want to work. You can say, 仕事したくない. Like this. You can look it up. How do you say, I don't want to work? Oh, this is how you say it. 仕事したくない. And then, remember this word. This is how you say, I don't want to work. Just give examples that you're probably going to use if you're going to learn Japanese from lists. And it's common words in our surroundings, maybe working. You want to say 仕事したくない. Maybe our words is 仕事は難しい maybe, or maybe 面倒 like this. Kyoto Mendo. It's okay if you cannot read this. This is examples. Kyoto Mendo. Mendo means burdensome. Like it's troublesome. You don't want to do it. Troublesome. Basically, make sentences where you use the word working or just work. Let's see for typing. The typing have a couple of words for typing. That's nyuryoku. There's also butsu. Now the difference is nyuryoku is more formal. Butsu is more, I think, like spoken language. This is written language. This is spoken language. You don't say this when you speak to someone. You say this instead. But you can also say butsu for written language, although it's less formal. Maybe for example, 日本語をの言葉を打つ. See, you learned how to use this. 打つ means to type. 言葉 means word. 日本語 means Japanese. So you're typing Japanese words. For example, also 入力 you can also do this. 入力 with する at the end because this is irregular verb. Laughing, say laughing. 笑う. This is laughing in Japanese is 笑う. Let's say give sentence examples. Maybe you're laughing at your friend. 友達に笑う. You're laughing at your friend. Just short examples like this is also fine. You can also make longer examples, or maybe even combine these words that you have learned. So explaining. No, I just realized the one I have was it. I wrote N4 forecasts, but I'm not taking N4 forecasts. I guess that don't really work N4 forecasts like that. But let's say explaining said to me, student. Explaining, don't worry if you can't read it. It's okay if you just recognize it. So for example, maybe 日本語を説明する. To use this, use the example from before. That's all fine. Maybe 知らない is my bad. I don't know if 知らない. Maybe you want to say 日本語は知らない. Again, use the same words is also fine. 日本語は知らない means I don't know Japanese. I am explaining Japanese, or I am typing Japanese words. But I don't want to work these examples. I didn't teach vocabs. I'm sorry. I just feel like teaching vocabs doesn't really work, in my opinion. I should teach how I should learn Japanese or learn languages. But you can there's a lot of ways to learn Japanese. This is my way, at least. So what should we talk? Yeah, okay. If it is okay if you don't know a lot of Japanese, beginners don't know a lot of Japanese. It is a long journey. It takes a lot of time, but here, the more time you put in, into Japanese, the more you're going to learn. You're going to be immersed in Japanese. And I think the important part of learning, this is very important. Some people think this is not. It is fun. I think that fun is very important when you are learning, and also safety and fun. Why safety? What do you mean? What do I mean by safety? For example, if I force you with a gun on your head, then you have to learn this. I don't think that's a good way to learn anything. So you don't really feel safe. Or for example, maybe you have other things that you have to focus on. Maybe you have personal problems that you have to focus more before a language. I think you should do those things first before you learn the language, because you need that safety. Because you cannot learn anything when you're anxious. It's not a good scenario to be in. Another thing is fun. Fun is very important. Fun can drive you to learn Japanese or learn anything for long periods of time. And fun also gives you an incentive to learn new words. And fun really makes you learn words easier and much quicker. So fun is also very important. Make sure when you learn Japanese or when you learn anything, you you should be at least having some fun. Some people say that it should be like, oh, discipline, everything is discipline. Yes, discipline is important as well, but you cannot force yourself to do something that you don't want to, because your brain doesn't want to do it, even though you force yourself to do it. I don't think it's good. That's a good idea. And what else? What else can I say? Yeah, so be patient, have a goal, don't rush it. It takes time, but you will get there, definitely. And that is the end of the class. I have nothing else to say. But I hope you like the class. I hope that helps people. I hope. My English is not that great, but I hope you understood everything that I said. If you have any questions, you can ask them now. If you don't, you can ask them later. That will be fine. I'm recording this, so I'm going to upload the video on YouTube where people that didn't attend the class can watch it. Or maybe you can also watch it again if you didn't understand certain parts of the video. Certain parts of the class. Okay, do you guys have any questions? English in general. Okay, yeah, we have YouTube. Yes, we do. Because let's see. Let's look it up. YouTube. With a video course. I'm weird recommendation. This is my recommendation. That's not my YouTube channel. Okay, let me change my YouTube channel. That's my YouTube channel. That's from animated. Ignore that. Let's see. Black is real. Check. Yeah, we have the YouTube channel. You understand? This is my name, my real name. We have a lot of before, from a long time ago, from 3 weeks ago. Wow, it's 3 weeks ago. The last one is 3 days ago. Well, the views is pretty nice. Yeah, I shouldn't be lazy, maybe, but no, thumbnail's hard. Yeah, we have YouTube. So no questions? All good? All good? Again. Hold on, let me see. Yes, okay, great. We'll end the recording now. 1, 2, 3, bye bye. Oh, it's only 1 hour. Bye.